some of the best moments I've ever had in Wimberley are sitting right in this yard. You know, when the weather's perfect, they've got live music, and you're sitting right there, and you're like, I can't believe I get to live here. I'm sure you do the same thing in Trip.
Guys, so this video started out as something completely different than what it is. But the nuts and bolts of it, it is about the pros and cons of living in Wimberley, Texas, USA. I had this thing like I was going to go to different sites around town, but then I ran into a friend of mine, Alicia Autry. She owns My Happy Place, which is a boutique here. Wimberley's got a ton of boutiques, restaurants, stuff like that. And I ran into her. She's having a drink, and she said, come join me for a drink. And we got to talking, and I was going through the pros and cons list, and she goes, no, actually, I said, I'm just going to interview you for this so people don't have to hear me talk about it. Since she lives here, and you've lived here for how long now? 4 years.
Yeah,
4 years.
4 years.
Okay. So we're going to get the insight of a local, a townie, if you will, on this. And we'll see where this goes. She said I should make this a regular thing, and we're going to call it Bar Talk, and I'm just going to go to all the different suburbs around Austin.
I think you're just looking for a reason to drink.
I'm kind of looking for a reason to drink in the middle of the day. Let me know your thoughts on this, because if this is some content that you want, tell me. I'll do it. Because again, if I get to go sit at a bar and talk to beautiful women that are not my wife,
oh no,
we'll be okay. Alicia.
Yes, Chris.
First, tell us a little bit about your business here.
So My Happy Place, it's a lifestyle boutique, which means it has a lot of different things in it, such as clothes and home and gifts, and a lot of our gifts give back to charity, and just things that make you happy. So it's one of the bigger buildings in town, so we have the opportunity to offer a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
And the best thing that you offer is respite for men. Because guys, let's face it, when you're in Wimberley, your wife or your girlfriend is dragging you around to all these different boutiques and you've got nothing to do. You look like and try to act like you're interested, but you're not. My Happy Place has a man cave. They've got guy stuff in there.
Or we have chairs.
Or chairs. You can actually sit down. And you have drinks.
That's a commodity. And a restroom.
And you have a restroom.
Drinks, restroom, chairs. You can look interested, look supportive, look like that husband that's there.
That's it.
But no, we have stuff for men too. So yeah, it's a rarity. But
so when you're here looking for a house, go to My Happy Place. Tell Alicia hi. Tell her you saw her on my channel.
Yeah, look at that. I'd like to hear that.
Let's jump into this. Pros and cons of Wimberley. Now, these are my pros and cons that I'm going to be asking her about and getting her insight. And I'll just tell you that Alicia's a fun person. If you have sensitive sensibilities, you may just want to turn this off now. This
is not the show for you.
If you are my kind of person, go ahead and subscribe, because you're going to want to watch this video and you're going to want to watch my other content too. Okay, so the first pro that I came up with is being a little bit smaller town. If somebody's looking for a school district that your kids will not get lost in.
Okay, so this is an amazing thing. Like, you didn't even mention this when you were talking about the other ones, but I would absolutely put this top of my list.
Okay.
Because my kids have been in several, all right?
Schools, yep. Districts.
Don't fault me. But we were in Lake Travis, Dripping Springs, and now Wimberley. So I feel like I've got a good sense of kind of
the west side of Austin, anyway.
Kind of moving south.
Yep.
Wimberley was amazing. My youngest graduated there, and I wish I could have gotten there sooner. I really, really do.
Why?
It's not. I mean, like all these schools, they have pros and cons.
Right.
I didn't find any cons in Wimberley. It is small enough that you feel like a community, but big enough that they offer amazing. They've got all these amazing trade programs.
Yep.
You can go straight out of school and go in as a nursing assistant, or
and you see that more in smaller school districts, not in huge.
You do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that a lot of the schools are kind of catching up with that. I don't know, Wimberley. My daughter came in at mid-junior year, and so the downside is if you don't grow up here, since it's a small town, people know you, right? So when you can kind of just inject yourself at the end of your school career, whatever, it's you don't know as many
people. A little
people.
tougher, yeah.
Yeah, but shouldn't have any problem. Everybody's nice, everybody's accepting, it was just a great school. I would have gotten there sooner if I could have, and nothing against Lake Travis, Dripping Springs, but between the three, Wimberley was really happy. It's a great school.
And one of the things that I always talk about when I talk about Wimberley, there is athletic success. So if you have kids that are athletes, they can find a spot. You don't necessarily have to specialize in Wimberley. You can play multiple sports, which is harder at a bigger high school.
Yeah.
And then academic success also. Like,
well, I gotta tell you,
it's on both sides.
We moved to Lake Travis for the school, and then all of a sudden we're like, well, shit, we're in a college. You know, like my kids are pretty smart, but honestly, you want to give them a leg up, go to smaller school, like
get more individual attention.
Big fish, little pond thing here, people.
Again, you don't get lost in Wimberley High School.
And that was it.
ISD.
That was it. It's not at some of the other schools, you know, like the teachers, the classes are so big, they barely know your kid's name.
Yeah.
This one, you've got teachers writing you letters like you're in second grade.
And you probably have quite a few teachers that live in Wimberley.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's all very hyper local. The principal at the time, amazing. Yeah.
It wasn't Dr. Running, was it?
No, it was.
She's gone already.
No. Valentine.
Okay.
A couple years ago. But anyways, yeah, nothing bad to say. Nothing bad to say.
I mean, there you go. There's the first pro.
And that's a lot. If you know me, that is,
she'll say some bad
that
stuff.
That right there says it all. We'll start there.
There you go. Okay. My second pro is just the area is absolutely beautiful.
I get so many people to come into my store and say, this is a great thing about owning a store, right? Or owning a business. It's almost like a psychology project because you're all the comments and like right. In volume. But so many people come in like, I didn't know Texas looked like.
What, the big cypress trees and water?
I'm guessing so. There's water. Yeah. You know, it's not flat. I don't know. And we're not just talking people that come from like Minnesota or something like that. We're talking about people from Houston.
Yeah. It doesn't look like
Houston. Does not. No, it does not. And if we're picking between Houston and Wimberley, I'm going to have to say, yeah. But I mean, I grew up in San Antonio, and I've lived all over Texas. But you know, we'd come to these hill country towns in the summer, Wimberley, Fredericksburg, whatever. And it's a magical place. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, in a very unassuming way. It just has. It's unexpected.
I mean, we're sitting here. This is Cypress Creek that we're next to, right?
Yep.
And it's obviously Cypress Creek because of the giant cypress trees. You're on the Blanco River Valley, which everything on this side flows into the Blanco and then the San Marcos and the Guadalupe.
Right.
And again, giant cypress trees. Now, there was a massive flood here a few years ago, and tragically some people lost their lives, but that was very hyper local and specific to
my knowledge, first and only time.
Yeah, it was a 500-year flood.
Yeah.
That's never happened in history. I don't know how that works, but anyway.
No, I don't either.
But then on the south side, going towards Canyon Lake, you've got what still is one of my favorite parts of Texas, which is Devil's Backbone.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's incredible here.
It is arguably the prettiest road to drive on.
Yeah.
I used to live in Spicewood, and 71 is beautiful as well. Lots of mountains by Texas standards.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, there's so much to see and do, and people come in and like, what are you doing, Wimberley? I'm like, well, you're doing it. You're just enjoying.
You enjoy life.
You just slow down, eat, drink, shop.
And if you're an outdoors person, you got Blue Hole you can swim in. You've got what's the other one, that creek back here by Wood Creek.
You've got Prayer Mountain. You can hike. You've got the zip lines.
Jacob's Wells.
Jacob's Wells. Yeah.
I mean,
a couple of watering holes.
In terms of outdoor stuff, there's a ton of stuff to do in this area, and that's not even really getting outside of the area when you start, Blanco State Park and Reimer's Ranch and all that stuff.
I mean, those are kind of the things tourists come to see.
Yeah.
But just in general, I mean, you could just step outdoors anywhere and walk and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean,
there you go. Pro 2. All right, so everything was a little bit noisy inside, so we decided to come outside, even though it's cold for February. So we're going to pick up with the third pro.
Okay. Is that what we're only on number 3?
We're only on number 3. The third pro here that I've got is you're far enough removed from Austin. Like, you don't have to deal with the crazy. Dripping Springs says it's west of Weird, so we are even further away from Weird here.
Southwest of Weird.
Southwest of Weird. For me personally, like, you don't have the same type of traffic. There is some traffic here, and we're going to talk about that. But like, you're removed from major metro areas.
Well, we're so far removed is that we don't even do the west of Weird, right? Like, we don't associate with Austin or San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Dripping Springs is a suburb. Wimberley is its own little thing.
It is, and so We're on the cons now.
No, this is a pro.
Oh, this is a pro.
Yeah.
Okay, well then yes, because it's a pro for me. Yes, I mean you're far enough away from everything that you feel like you are on a permanent vacation. You don't have to deal with all the stresses.
Right.
You know, life's too short, in my opinion. And I mean, I've lived in Austin, I've lived in San Antonio, Houston, Fort Worth, Dallas. This is where you want to be if you want a little bit of a slower pace. You know, where you feel like you're just away from all of that.
I mean, that makes complete sense to me because, again, people come from those major metro areas here to get away.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 99% of the people I see in my store, if not higher, I wish I saw more locals. No, it are people trying to get away from those Houston especially.
Yep. I mean, we're a 3.5 hour drive from Houston.
It's not a bad day trip, so I think a lot of people do that. Yep. A lot of Austin, some Dallas, and that. But yeah, you want to get out of the fast pacedness of it, and I don't know. I just wanted to make that permanent for us, is just to slow down and just smell the roses.
Smell the roses,
or the cypress,
trees,
or the vodka,
or the vodka. There's some good vodka out here. All right, so there you go. Third pro is you're far enough outside of your metro areas, including Austin.
Yep.
The fourth pro that I've got, and this is coming from somebody that grew up in a small town. This is a small town. I think you said the population's around 3,400 on the sign.
Yeah, I think
that's not counting Wood Creek, which is 1,400 people.
Small.
Yeah.
Small on the people that live here. It's right. Small. Yeah.
But everything you need is here.
Everything.
There's a major hardware store.
Oh, yeah.
There's a major grocery store. HEB is here.
Oh,
when HEB's here, you've done something.
I got to stop you on the hardware store. Okay?
Well, it's an Ace.
No. I mean it in a very positive way, right? Like we had an Ace when I was in Spicewood. I've seen a lot of little Aces. This Ace is not like any of those Aces.
Oh, yeah?
This is like a cornerstone of Wimberley. They have like
Crags,
pep rallies and stuff. I mean, like they have a parking lot party. I can't remember what they call it. It's coming up, but they've got a band and fundraisers for the school.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
Oh yeah, it's very invested locally, and they support a lot of things locally. So it's a huge part of Wimberley, which is just I've never seen another Ace be quite that in any other little town.
That hawk just flew right there and landed in the tree.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I nerd out on wildlife and stuff.
We're among these 500, several hundred-year-old cypresses, albeit brown but beautiful.
Yeah.
You've got a local hardware store, you've got local nurseries, your HEB, your churches, everything. I've never lived anywhere where I'm 5 minutes from everything. My kid's school, the grocery store, my church. I mean, everything I need to be. Even if you're on the outskirts of Wimberley, you're still 15 minutes. I mean,
right.
Where can you get in any city in 15 minutes? 1 mile? So, yeah.
Well, and the other thing, again, being as small as it is, all the restaurants. We're at Creek House, which is right here by the creek. The ones that I know of. And is it Leaning Pear? Because I screwed it up a while ago.
Leaning Pear, which is just on the other side of the creek.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You have...
It's been here a while.
Something... one of my favorites, Community Pizza. Dos Olivos, which it's a little small regional chain. I think there's 3 of them now.
Yeah,
or maybe 4. Beauty Drip and San Marcos.
So they've got wine and beer tastings and
great burgers.
They have some excellent food. Yes, and then some smaller places like the Wimberley Inn people don't know about, and that's just like a stone's throw.
Jovel.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a little bit further out. That's kind of like right in the middle, or a little
that's like
maybe
7
leaning
minutes.
towards. Yeah. Oh my gosh! If you want to go all the way out of town, 7 minutes.
Jovel is really, really nice.
Oh, their lemon chicken piccata. Stop it. There are so many choices, and I mean, a lot of that's because it's a tourist town. You can't ever have enough to eat and drink in the area. It seems like. So, but then even like Ranch Brands. We didn't talk about that before, but Ranch Brands, just right here on 12, they've got their own distillery. So, they've got their bottle line, and they've got some, what I call tapas. They've got truffle potato chips that make you want to slap your mother. I mean, they're so good. But, things to snack and eat and drink. I'm very big on eating and drinking my way through town. This place has the best dessert, and this place has the best appetizer.
Where's the best dessert?
Okay, well, this place doesn't have the best dessert.
Damn it.
Actually,
Where's the best appetizer?
Trattoria Lucina has the best dessert. Salted caramel chocolate cake.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a problem. What was the second thing? The best
appetizer.
Drink? Oh, appetizer.
I don't know. Those garlic truffle fries are pretty good at Creek House just now.
Surprisingly, their queso is good. They've got usually they have the shishito peppers, so this is a great place to have those. But I like Dos Olivos or Dos Olivos. I really don't know.
Olivos is what I always said, but anyway.
I don't know. I mean, I'm only local, so there's pimento cheese over here at the Social. And same at Dos Olivos. They've got the mean pimento, but they do it with like a pork rinds, which...
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, it's a whole different thing.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
Best drinks?
I'm going to go with Creek House. Well, Longleaf is known as the craft cocktail capital of Wimberley. Like, they're very, very serious about their craft cocktails. Like, when you ask them about how to make a drink, it's not like funny. It's like, well, this is how it's done. But...
I kind of love that.
I mean... I didn't know a raw egg went in any kind of sour drink, but apparently...
Oh, yeah, you got to froth it.
That's where you're going to get that done. Okay. So, but Creek House, I think, is best cocktails just because they have their own drink menu of things that they've created. Right. Like the Wimberley Way is one of their drinks, which is amazing. And so it's just a great place all around. Creek House is where I usually recommend people.
All right. And again, when you think of small Texas towns, I go back to Shiner, where I grew up. Which is, you've got a grocery store that's got your staples, and it's been there. We used to, but it went away when I was a kid.
Oh no!
Yeah, and there was a dairy treat that went away, I think, before I was even born.
Okay, I don't know how old you are, but I don't know.
49. I mean, like, I'm not young. I'm not a spring chicken.
We do still have a Dairy Queen.
They're still, and they still serve blizzards.
They do. Yes. Although I'm a dilly bar girl, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that is, you know what though? That is the only fast food place you're going to find in Wimberley.
No, there's a Subway.
Okay.
There's a Subway.
That's a adjacent. That's like a fast food adjacent.
That's fair.
I guess.
That's fair.
But like, yeah, they're pretty proud of that. As am I, because if I want that, I will go 20 minutes into Kyle. Like,
that's right.
Like that's the place I want to live. Right.
There you go. Yeah.
Pro number.
That was
4B.
4B. Small town. That's where Alicia wants to live.
And no fast food.
And no fast food.
Dairy Queen and. Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right, so we are going to pick up on the cons now and talk about the bad things about dripping. About Wimberley.
What bad things?
Did you boo?
Boo.
You've really got to stop by her store and hang out with her when you're here, by the way.
We'll be drinking there, too, more than likely.
More than likely, yes. So the first con that I've got is a little bit of a crossover. I mentioned that one of the good things is that you don't have Austin traffic. But you still got traffic. This place is busy on weekends. I mean, it's a Thursday right now, and Rancho 12 is hopping. So there's still traffic here.
We have small town traffic. I mean, you've only got one road. You've got 12 that goes through town.
Yep.
And so if you want to go north or south, that's the road you're going on. So, I mean, you have no other choice.
I was telling you that I was trying to get north out of the square.
That's not possible.
Okay, so just... This cut part is from me trying to get north out. It took me 5 minutes to get out of the square because nobody's letting you in.
No, you can only.
The Wimberley people would let you in.
It's true. In fact, to a fault, they will stop at non-stop signs to let you in. Which drives me crazy.
Yeah,
but
there's a con.
But you have to. I mean, you just have to be in that mentality of where you are. You know, you have to know that you're on river time. You're going slower. You cannot be in a hurry. You mentioned something about honking. I thought that was such a good point.
Oh, yeah, because we haven't heard a single car honk, even though traffic has been backed up here already, and nobody's honked. Like, people understand it.
The only angry person you're going to find on 12 is the cop that is directing traffic.
Up here at the crosswalk?
Angry cop.
Hurry up and go!
Oh, God love him. Yeah, no. Yeah, that poor guy has got a thankless job for sure. But yeah, no, there's traffic, especially on the weekends. And oh my gosh, on first Saturday, we've got market days and nobody knows where to go. I mean, it's an old town, right? So people are like, I don't know where to park and I don't know where to do this. And so you just got to be patient with it.
Well, what did you say about parking though?
Okay. You have to, if you've never been to, have you ever been to Round Top?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to think of it like Round Top. You don't go to Round Top and you're like, I need to park right in front of Susie Q's Antiques. You're like, that's a parking spot. Hurry.
Go into the ditch. Go. Get in there.
Run, and then you walk. And that, I mean, in Round Top, you're walking 45 minutes. Yeah. Here, everything is 8-10 minutes. So every parking spot's good. You're probably not going to park I mean, unless you're coming to my happy place. You're probably not going to park right in front of the business.
I love the hair flip.
What?
She has parking in front of the.
And you know everybody here. It's a problem. What's up?
Is that a pro or a con?
Come on over, handsome. We're interviewing what's great about Wimberley. Except he's making me say what's a con about Wimberley, and there's no such thing.
But you said it's like if you live here, you better be prepared to be on vacation. Oh, come over here, stand between us.
That's right.
Am I like
Chris.
online?
Yeah,
private?
no, we're videotaping. Yes, this is Chris.
You're gonna be here. You're gonna be on.
This is.
Love
Oh
it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Are you going into work right now?
I thought I was in at 4, but I'm actually in at 5. So
Oh, join
got
us.
me an energy drink. And,
Oh,
yeah,
you can't drink
I'm not
before
in
work?
No.
Oh, well, we'll drink for you.
Yeah.
Vodka Red Bull's an energy drink.
That's right.
It is. That's a good one for sure.
Okay.
This is my favorite person.
What is your
in Creek
favorite
House.
thing about Austin?
My favorite thing about
Austin?
I mean, God,
Yeah, nothing.
Wimberley.
I
Wimberley.
live in Austin. My favorite thing about Wimberley.
You're your favorite thing about Austin?
You're the fate.
You're my favorite thing about
Yes.
Austin.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing about Wimberley is probably just the community.
Okay.
Like the community of people around here, especially the locals. Like they're so tight knit, and I think that they've just been through a lot. So that whenever you meet a local like this one right here, their energy is just like very different than other people that you've met. I think that just like carries out into this area where all the tourism is and stuff, and so I think that's probably my favorite part.
I think you always know a local. I mean, you can always
For
spot
sure.
a local.
For sure,
Even
there's
the
always
people,
some.
like if I'm sitting at the bar and someone comes up and they're like, you're a local. I mean, it's like we emit, I'm going to say it's positive vibes. I don't know what they are, but like there's something like in the
With
water.
you, it's crazy vibes, but anyway.
People relate. People relate to this.
They do. They do. I relate to it.
That's right. And this is why my people.
That's fair.
That's right.
That's fair.
Yeah, crazy
Oh,
vibes. We like crazy vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Pluses and minuses. And we were saying how this is one of our pluses and all the different places you can
Yeah, Creek House is definitely a big plus. It's not so much of a plus like right now when it's nasty and cold.
Yeah.
When it's pretty.
Well, that's not true because when people come to my store and like, where should I eat? It's cold. You don't want to be outside necessarily
sure.
unless Chris is buying you drinks and you're doing an interview. But if you have a place to eat, you can sit inside and it's warm, but you still get to see how beautiful everything
For
is.
sure.
It's like that indoor-outdoor
Yeah.
environment. So
And there's not any other thing that's really like
No.
this right here
No.
in Wimberley. Like even across the street, Chills is so different. Their
Yeah.
outdoor thing.
they've got a great outdoor space. They do,
Yeah, they
but
do.
like
It's
this is no matter what the weather, you're gonna have a pretty place to stay, a great
For sure.
thing to have, and there's awesome people just wait on you. So
Smiles.
All right, now I'm going to ask you what's your least favorite thing about Wimberley?
Honestly, I'm just glad I don't live here anymore because this HEB is really.
that's the world.
HEB is bad.
Oh, I love the HEB. What do you hate about it?
I feel like it. At least for me personally, it's hard for me to like go grocery shopping because they don't like the fresh tortillas are not there. The bread is all.
Oh,
different.
they don't have the fresh tortillas?
Like, or if they do, I don't
Oh,
see them.
no, the
There's
made
just
in
so
house.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like all the tourists. They take everything so fast, and I feel like
You know what's
HEB
neat, though?
is really hard.
That's
to,
fair.
When I lived in Dripping
really hard.
Springs, before I moved to Wimberley, I had to check out the church.
Yep.
Make sure I liked the church and the HEB. Make sure. And I was impressed because I call it a boutique HEB.
It
Yeah,
is.
you don't
It
have
is.
you don't have somebody flipping tortillas,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have the sushi bar necessarily or
Yeah.
what have you. But
See, I like all that.
and that's why you live in Austin,
Yeah.
There
right?
you go.
But so put it in the pro list if you want to. But I was really impressed that they had an organic section.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
That they had a
okay.
pretty good organic section, and it doesn't feel like a handy Andy. I'm talking about aging myself.
That's old.
A handy Andy gone to die. Which, by the way, I went to one of the grocery stores in Austin, and I was like, "Holy hell! I am in handy Andy in 1979." But so it's got that boutique HEB feel, but it's still curated nicely, and I
Yeah.
think they're actually remodeling right now. So,
We're remodeling already. Hell, it's not that old.
well, I
It's not.
think well they're just
I think they're outgrowing it, honestly.
it's
Right.
true. No,
like,
it's
they really are. Every time I go, it's packed.
Yeah.
But that's
Packed.
good.
Even
But-
now.
I mean, but that's the whole point of this video is to let people know, hey, not everything is roses.
This is your
and if you
expectation.
need, like, if you want, like, a fully, 95,000 square foot HEB, it ain't here.
yeah.
It's not here.
It's in Dripping Springs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is in Dripping.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't go to San
Which
Marcos.
is only 20 minutes away.
Yeah, Dripping really
But-
isn't that far of a drive.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, and again, yeah, if you're wanting the Walmart, you're wanting the Target, you're wanting the Belterra, not here.
Nope.
Yeah, it's
Not here. You
Nope.
got to drive to those places.
Keep talking.
I do like the seclusion. Like whenever I was living here, because I lived here 2 years ago, and then I moved back in October. So I was here for 3 months. I just moved to Austin in January, and those 3 months were really, really nice because I was able to do what I came here to do, which was like work and save money. And I think that I also need like a little bit of peace in my life.
Yeah.
And this place definitely is like one of the most peaceful,
And that's why.
secluded little
about it,
places
yeah.
ever. And
If you can live that pace, this
For
is
sure.
where it's at. for
definitely,
sure.
and
Yeah.
it's hard to find a pace like this in the modern world. And
Yeah.
I think that society doesn't match this pace.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to adjust to it. Like you do for
Yeah.
sure. And also,
And that goes back to you living on vacation.
That's
like
it.
it's yeah.
it
And,
is.
and that's
No, it
why
really is like
Wimberley,
that.
if that's what you're looking for, Wimberley's for you. If that's not, it is not. And that's, you know what I mean? Like,
Cut and
not
dry.
every place is for
Yeah.
every person. So.
And this is why I'm doing the video. Like
Wimberley is a beautiful place. Like
Yeah.
it is, and it's magical.
That's
think-
the word I use.
Yeah, it is.
It's the
magical.
unicorn of Texas.
I think so for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I do
Freaking
wish
love
it
that.
would
I'm
have
gonna
been
start-
so
Yeah.
blown up on social media, but
well,
that's what this is.
I'm a con of Wimberley. Hey, at least I'm telling people the truth about it.
Yeah,
Like, there's bad things.
So much
Marketing.
black people are like, my happy place, we're gonna be Wimberley.
Don't look at this.
This is,
Oh my God. This is gonna be the most watched, like the longest watched video ever.
well, the comments might be long, but I don't know if we want to read them. We'll
That's
see.
fine.
We'll see what they say. We'll see what they say.
Well,
All
I
right.
don't want to keep you. It was very good to
All right,
see you.
Appreciate
nice to
it.
meet
Great
you.
to
Yeah, it
meet
was
you.
nice to meet you as well.
We'll see you later.
Enjoy your time. Yeah,
Thanks.
All right, so con number 2 that I've got written down is if you need this, you're an hour from Austin. You're an hour from San Antonio. So you're not near-ish. You're not close to a major metro area if those are the things you need. If you need to get to downtown Austin for work, it's an hour.
If you're from San Antonio or Dallas or California, it's not a big deal, right?
Fair,
You
it's an
can't-
hour drive.
You can't
yeah?
get anywhere in less than an hour, right? But yeah, that's not. People come here to live here, work here, be here. I think.
Okay, so you don't even see that as a con. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's a good thing. I
Okay.
think the people that move here want that. They want that distance. They want to be that far away from it, and they're willing to make that sacrifice or that allowance or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Um,
When they do need to go to the
Absolutely.
airport or
like I
whatever.
said, I only go into Austin to go to Seton Hospital, and it's once a month. Worth it.
Yep.
Worth it for me.
Okay. And I guess that's kind of almost a little bit of a pro also because we talked about it. You're basically equidistant between the Austin airport and the San Antonio airport. So you have two major metro airports to choose from. San Antonio doesn't have quite as many destinations, but it also is cheaper to fly out of. So, and it's
Well, and
easier
if
to
I
get
had
into.
to choose to drive from, say, Leander or Cedar Park to the airport,
Or from Wimberley.
or from Wimberley,
Ooh, that's a great point.
right? I mean, here you're taking,
And it's still going to take you an hour to get from Georgetown to the airport.
but you're not on 35, you're not on 183, like
Yeah,
the majority of the
130.
way.
Yeah.
So it's a great drive to most places you're going. You're
Okay.
having a hard time asking me what a con is. I don't think the traffic's a con.
I got
even
a
though
couple.
It's a pain.
I got a couple.
All right,
We're getting there.
all right, okay. We'll
Okay,
see.
number
let's
3.
see. Let's see.
Number 3, I grew up in a small town. I'm going to remind you of that.
Okay.
Okay. There are small town issues here.
Is that why you like beer so much?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Shiner.
I know. That's what I'm
it's a
saying.
major brewery.
Like they put it in your bottle there.
We won't go into that. I don't want to dime out my parents
Inadvertently.
So there's small town issues. So we have the small town gossip. Everybody's in your stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows what you're doing. Everybody knows that Alicia Autry from My Happy Place is on this YouTube channel trying to get people to move to Wimberley.
No. No.
So let's talk about that small town
Yeah.
and how that stuff travels.
Right. Yeah. So you remember what is it? Alice from the diner. What was it?
Mel's Diner.
Mel's Diner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not that young.
Yeah. You definitely have that. Don't go on Facebook to any local Facebook groups. Yeah. It's.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. You're gonna have that.
Stay off of Dripping Springs neighbors also.
I don't know if it's because the boredom factor.
It is.
A large retiree grouping. They got nothing better to do.
Get off my yard.
Just the general state of affairs in the world that everybody wants to like pee on everybody's parade. I don't know. You're gonna have that, right?
And
you just got to choose what you want to look at.
I think my point, though, is when you're in a major metro or closer to a major
Nobody knows
metro,
who you are.
nobody knows who you are,
Yeah.
but here they do.
Yeah, if you want anonymity, it ain't here. Like, absolutely not. This is the place where I know the people that wait tables
Yeah,
at
they
Creek
come out and
House.
talk to you, yeah.
You go to the cafe, you sit at the bar, and you've got a coffee cup that has your name on it. Like, literally. That is a literal thing here in Wimberley. So, yeah, if you know, if you're the local serial killer, not the town for you. Yeah, you're gonna go to maybe a little bigger area. But it's hyper local, and most people know or think they know what most people are doing. And I'm
And if
really,
they don't know, they'll make it up.
yeah, I'm not in that. Even though I'm in the public all the time with the store and everything, like I'm not in all of that. You can be if that's something you want, but yeah, you definitely have that local, whatever you want to call it, vibe or sludge.
Small town
Sludge.
Small town sludge. I like that. I like that. All right, and so let's get to my fourth con.
This is getting longer, I think, the more we drink.
It is. My fourth con is, if you need high-speed internet for your job, I told you I had good cons.
Okay.
I told you.
If you need to use the internet from Wednesday after 5 to Sunday before 4, you're going to need to go somewhere else.
Let's talk about your internet options.
Options? Was there an S after that? I don't know.
So talk about the one that you know.
I don't know that there's options. I know of one option.
No country line of sight. Internet.
No. Okay, this is a man question. I'm going to totally claim girl here. My husband lines up who our internet providers are, but GBTC is who we have.
Oh, GBC has it out here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we're supposed to. Now I'm in Fisher, which is all the way out of town.
Southwest,
It's for 10, 12 minutes. In between Wimberley and Canyon Lake. So another place no one knows about. You didn't hear me say it.
Fisher's getting really hot right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, it's the last affordable, fabulous place to live.
Yeah.
But so yeah, no, I don't think there's a lot of options or more than one option on the weekends. Even in my business, it's difficult. We have lag, like our music stops, and you get inundated.
Yeah.
You know, this town is not built. Same when people come, they're like, "Oh my gosh, there's a 2-hour wait at the cafe." I'm like, if you come on Friday, make a reservation for breakfast for Saturday, or you'll be eating lunch. Like, it's a small town, and when you have a bunch of people come into town, you're going to have a little bit of that slow down.
And it also affects cell coverage.
Yep. Yes.
Everything.
All of it. All. It's like God is forcing you to slow your roll. Like your car's going to slow down, your phone's going to slow down. Drinking, you're talking is going to slow down.
Yep.
Like, yeah, it's just, that's, again, yeah. And I mean, I would definitely put that as a con. As a business owner, you're trying to be on social media, you're trying to do all this stuff, and you're trying to shop on Facebook Marketplace. Whatever it is.
Oh, by the way, what is your Facebook channel or page?
Oh, My Happy Place Store.
Happy
Facebook,
Place
Instagram,
Store.
TikTok. Yeah.
And she does, like, you can shop on Facebook. So,
yes. Yeah. Just comment. Tell me how amazing everything is, and then we'll send you
stuff. Just sparkly stuff.
Yes, we are the sparkle capital of Texas. I'm getting the paperwork written up right now. You got Dripping Springs as the wedding capital. My Happy Place is sparkle capital of Texas.
I like it.
Is that it? Was that all the cons?
Well, I mean, are we done with internet? Because that is a major con here. If you have to telecommute, it's going to be tough. Okay. Even if you've got
take a 4-day weekend. Take a 4-day weekend. Yeah. I mean, it works, but yeah, you do have a little bit of a slowdown sometimes.
But and I was going to say, I think the key term for somebody who wants to potentially move from Wimberley is patience. Patience with everything. Like, just understand that life doesn't have to move as fast as it has moved in the last 20 years.
Which is ironic that I've chosen this place to live, because that is certainly not one of the talents that God gave me was patience. So this must be my lesson. Every time I pray for patience, He's like, "All right, let's move her to Wimberley. See how that works out for her." So
it's amazing that you like me as a person. You have great patience.
No, I don't think it goes that way, but yeah.
Guys, that's it. That's your pros and cons of Wimberley.
It's your bar time.
From a Wimberley native. That is bar time. The first episode of bar time.
Not native. You'll get me in big time.
Oh yeah, not native. Sorry, from a local.
Transplant. Not even local.
You're a local. You are local.
Still
you
new,
live here. You live here. You're local.
Yes.
That is the first bar time. Again, comment if you've got questions for Alicia, comment, or go find her on Facebook stalker.
I can make something up for sure.
Yeah, but if you've got questions, comment. If you like this format, oh my gosh, this is going to get me in so much trouble, but I love it. I absolutely love this, because there's nothing more authentic than talking to a local.
At a bar.
At a bar.
Over a drink.
Over a drink.
Cheers.
See you on the next video.